Last year, I made 23 blankets. Most of them were granny square blankets in one form or another. Some were made as gifts, some were just to use yarn up, and I gave those away. So, why did I make so many blankets last year? The answer is twofold. One, I learned how to do the join as you go method. I've been crocheting for about 14 years. I learnt when I was in my first year at university because I had a really quiet timetable in my first term. I only had like one lecture a week. So I needed something or wanted something to keep me occupied during that non-working time in uni. I knew how to knit already, and I had tried to learn crochet at the same time as when I was learning knitting, but it just didn't go in. So I thought then was the perfect time to learn. So I took to YouTube and found various tutorials and learned how to crochet. I'd always wanted to make big granny square blankets, but I hated and still hate sewing them together. So I concentrated on learning other things and other techniques. And if I did make a granny square blanket, it was just one massive square rather than a load of smaller ones joined up. It never really occurred to me to look for a different way to join them together, so I didn't. And then in late 2024, I was told about the join as you go method of joining them. The link to the tutorial is down below. It's Hooked by Robin. If you do crochet, her tutorials are really, really good. So if you haven't heard of her before, she's definitely one to subscribe to. Basically, learning this changed my crochet game. I've used two different variations on it. There's one where you just join the squares on the final round. So you make most of the square, get to the final one, and then join it at the end there. And then there's another one which is like a continuous join as you go, where you finish the squares and then you use one yarn to kind of go around everything and join it all together. If you already know how to do the join as you go, you'll know what I mean when I'm saying that. If not, you'll see what I mean if you watch the tutorial on it. And two, I have a lot of leftover yarn from other projects. I do have a habit of overestimating how much yarn I'll need for a project, so I end up with a lot of yarn left over. This is mostly left over from the things I made for our niece for Christmas. Um, my yarn pile, believe it or not, has been bigger. I mean, this is not just the only yarn I have left over. This is just one bag of yarn. The yarn pile has been a lot bigger in the past, so I will keep making blankets to keep using up the yarn, and I'll likely make other things as well, but blankets are really good for using up a lot of yarn in one go. I give away a lot of the blankets that I make because I have a few that I already use and I don't have the space to store lots in our house. Any that I'm making before the end of January are going to a charity sale that we're doing at my work. I've made 3 already and I will be starting another one later on today because, as I showed you, I have a lot of yarn left over. After the end of January, if you want any of the things that I make to just use up my yarn, it'll be blankets, could be other things as well. If you follow me on my social medias, I will basically put up a post saying I've got these for free. If you want them, send me a message, sort of thing. If you're in the UK, you can have them for free, but if you're elsewhere, I may need some money towards postage because it can get a bit expensive. So thank you for watching if you've made it this far. If you have any suggestions of things that I could make to use up the yarns, then drop a comment or send me a message. And if you'd like to find me elsewhere, my link tree is in the doobly-doo. Bye for now.